So yes,
Hi guys, welcome.
yes. So today, basically, we are talking about house chores at home between the couple, the man and the wife. We're not factoring the children now. So let's assume that we don't have children who can do these house chores. We're looking at the man and the wife alone now. Dami, why are you so excited? Is this? Are you trying to be as tall as me?
Just continue.
You should have worn your heels now if you knew you wanted to be tall as me.
What do you mean? Please continue.
Anyways, so basically today we are going to be looking at house chores like I mentioned before. And Dami, first of all, what's your favorite house chore in this whole house? What do you like? What do you enjoy doing most in this house?
What do I enjoy doing?
It looks like Dami does not even
I don't
like
know.
any particular
Nobody
house
likes
chore.
doing anything. I don't know. Maybe sweeping.
Really?
I don't know.
Really? Really?
I answered you the first time. I don't
If
know.
sweeping is your favorite house chore, then there is actually nothing you actually like doing.
Honestly, I don't really like doing anything.
So imagine this situation
I'm
now
just
where
doing things
where Dami, of all people, says that she doesn't like doing anything. Now imagine how stressful it would be to convince her to do anything. If you ask me, what's my favorite house chore in the house? What do you think is my favorite house chore?
I don't know. What do you do?
If two of us don't have favorite house chore, who does all the work in the house?
Answer that question, please. They
What do
want
I
to,
like doing?
They want to hear you. Please answer
I
that
think
question.
in this house, I like paying for things to be done.
Sorry.
No.
We really do not like to do things, but then because you have to do some things, you just have to do it regardless of whoever it is. It's your home, it's your house. I don't like me. I want to sit down like a queen and hey, you sweep the floor. Hey, you bring me the food. Hey, you go wash the car. But
there is nobody to boss around.
yeah, right now so you just have to do what you have to do.
So
Yeah.
in this house, what do you think you do most of the time that you don't like doing, but you do it most of the time?
Cooking. I don't like cooking, but I gotta cook because I gotta cook. You know.
So now for couples now, really, I think one of the major issues that comes up in the house, especially for young couples who don't have children yet and who don't have people living with them, is trying to adjust to that life where you either take responsibility or you start trying to defer responsibility. So what I'm trying to say is this: whatever you are not before marriage, you can't be when you are married. Let me explain. If you don't like sweeping before marriage, if you don't like cooking, if you don't like making the sheets, if you don't do house chores, if you are a lazy person, like not lazy, but if you are somebody who is more laid back at home before you get married, most likely when you get married, you are not going to want to do all of those things. And it gets worse when you're a guy or even when you're a lady and you get married and you want to remain that way and your partner is expecting you, like, come on. It should be a woman who should be sweeping the house, for example. It should be a man who should be fixing the sockets, all of those electrical stuff at home, and when that is not happening, there is definitely going to be issues. There will be conflicts, right?
Yeah. Well, I just want to add to what you said, or maybe like pick out one or two things from what you just said. If you don't do some things before you got married, I feel the fact that you are getting married, we always talk about meeting in the middle. You have to compromise. You cannot tell me that because I don't like cooking, it's going to be a problem if naturally I don't like cooking, and then I'm here, we are married, I'm here now, and I'm not cooking for you. It's going to be weird. They'll be like, his wife is not cooking. You yourself, you won't be comfortable with it. So I think, or it should be a thing of the mind that you are getting married, you are going to be with your partner. You should be able to compromise. If as a man you don't usually make your bed like somebody here before getting married, you don't like look to the camera. You don't like making your bed, and then you're married and your wife gets up before you, and then you leave the bed like that, and then everybody's working, and then I get home and then everywhere is in disarray. No,
you are getting angry already. Calm down.
I should be calming down.
Look. Here is what I want to talk about. Really, you see, I'm a fan of dialogue a lot. No two people would ever be the same, even if you're in love with each other. Your passion for certain things will never be the same. But yeah, the level of compromise is knowing that this is much work that needs to be done in the house. We have to do the laundry, we have to make our bed, we have to cook the food, we have to sweep the room,
we have to wash the dishes,
you get,
we have to wash the toilet.
You need to always know how much more you can take and how much more you can defer to the next person. Don't just leave everything to one person. That is where the problem comes from, and especially it's from guys to ladies. Like, I can be very lazy when it comes to house chores. I am actually very, very lazy.
Glory.
When it comes to house chores, I only like to do house chores when I'm inspired, and that means no.
I think I should be cooking when I'm inspired. What do you think, Bo?
We both get hungry now.
Oh, like, really? So the house should
and I will go out and eat.
Aye, can you see?
No, can
you hear?
There is something we were joking about before the show, when we're talking and we're like, okay, if I don't sweep the house, because she has given me my job in this house, that I should be the one sweeping the parlor, mopping the parlor, cleaning the TV, cleaning the glass. That is, I'm the commander-in-chief of parlor affairs. She's the commander-in-chief of bedroom affairs. Now, I was telling her that, okay, you're not going to, if I decide that I'm not going to wash the toilet, for example, and you're not going to wash the toilet, who is going to wash the toilet?
Good question.
And then she is like, someone has to do it. And I said, okay, whoever finds it disgusting should do it.
Imagine.
And then she burst into laughter, and I'm like,
it's absurd. Because,
of course.
Because, sorry to cut you short. I feel house chores, cooking, cleaning is a basic skill everybody should have.
Of course.
It's not a gender role or anything or any.
Of course.
So if you don't like washing the toilet, and then
compensate with something else, while the person that likes washing the toilet should wash the toilet.
Please, what are you compensating?
Like, if I don't like washing the toilet, I should probably like washing the dishes.
Sir, do you like washing the dishes?
If you tell me to wash the dishes, I'll probably wash the dishes.
His voice is getting low.
No, but I'm just saying that, I compromise for certain things in the house. Like, I like to pay for things to be done. You get, when I know I'm not available physically to get them done, I like to pay. Okay, yeah, let's pay for this to get done, and then it gets done, and then it's cleared. But that's because I can pay. In the situation where you can't pay, there has to be something you can compensate for. If the house is dirty, it is not the wife's fault. It is both of you's fault.
Exactly.
It is if you cannot use your energy, you should have time. If you don't have time, you should have money.
Yeah.
You must have one of three things.
Yeah.
If you don't have those three things, then you are poor. Totally. Even some poor people know how to,
help
compensate for certain things. You understand? So it's not a thing to say, oh, this is my wife's role in the house. My role is just to come and sit, and then, or this is my husband's role. Like I was telling Dami that day, if snake comes today, it's Dami that will kill it.
Because I'm a warrior.
I will run. But there are other things that I can do that Dami cannot do. You get? So that's how we balance things up. But when it comes to doing certain things, like I remember one not major fight, a small fight we had one time like that. Remember when Dami would be the one always cooking, and she always wanted me to be in the kitchen with her. Even if I'm not doing anything, I should just be serenading her with sweet nothings, so that she doesn't feel alone. And then when we finish eating, I just go wash my hand and I come back, and Dami will go to clean the dishes, and then she was bottling it until one day she just exploded on my face.
Yes. If I have to cook all the food, please, sir, pack your plates to the kitchen and wash.
You see, I must admit
immediately. You don't have to leave it for me.
I must admit that sometimes, maybe it's the manly ego. I'm working on it anyways. Is that sometimes I would just be like, how can a whole balele be packing plates?
What's this?
After eating? No, I'm just saying. I still pack my plates, don't I?
Once in a while. Halamba.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, sometimes the ego will come. It is normal when your wife expects you to do the cobwebs. There are certain things that guys will do freely without looking at ego. When it comes to, okay, let's repair the sockets, let's repair stuff, let's drag the gen. Dami can wake me 11 o'clock in the midnight. I want gen, I will go and put on the gen.
But now you have already started saying that, but you can on the gen, I've been telling it to myself. So sir, you two can be cooking the food too once in a while.
What I'm saying is, sometimes the ego will be there, but because you are doing it to help your partner, you have to just put yourself in that position to say, look, I'm helping my partner. By the time we start, doing the business of children now, I know by default that a lot of work will fall on my lap, and I'm either ready to do those work or I'm ready to pay for those work to be done. It is one of two things. You have to be able to compensate for your abilities or inabilities to do certain things around the house. Don't just leave everything and put it on the head of the wife. She's going to swell up and explode on your
and
face one day. Exactly. And then another thing which I would like to talk about is that, see, it's usually important before you get married to each other to discuss those hobbies, those things you like doing around the house, so that before you get married, you already know who is more likely to do what. Don't get into the marriage and then you are shocked that how can a human being live in this house for 5 days and they will not sweep this floor for a whole week? And then the wife is saying, I thought you like sweeping. The husband is saying, it is your job to sweep. And then before you know it's casala burst, everything. Or a man who normally expects that it is his wife's job to do his laundry. And the wife is saying, why do we have a washing machine when you cannot do your laundry? Or why do you have,
dry cleaner?
All of these things need to be discussed.
Right.
Maybe not like you are properly doing the discussion, but tease at it. Ask the questions. Hey, boo, are you sure that when we get married, you'll be washing my clothes? What's the reaction? If she's the type to wash your clothes, really, I won't say there is anything wrong with washing your husband's clothes, but let the woman decide if she wants to do it or not. It should not be foisted upon her as a duty or as a responsibility. Even you should respect Yalele too now. True. That we want to kill herself, just for the service of our husband. It's all of these things that are, I feel couples should discuss. Now, to round things up so that we can just, let this go before we go back and renegotiate our MOU in this house, because really this parlor that you have given me is too wide. I think we need to break it to senatorial districts.
This man,
you understand? Like you should choose parlor north. I will choose parlor south. You understand? It's important, really. Now, finally, when matters arise like this, whereby the couples are having issues, these are regularly small issues anyways. They are not the kind of issues that should lead to divorce. I don't think house chores issues should drive a couple into
you never can tell.
Saying they are no longer getting married to each other. Kilo defa, but in the case where you're having these small issues where you expect your husband or your wife to at least lift her hands or his hands to do certain things in the house, like even meet me halfway. If I sweep, you pack now. If I wash, you rinse.
True.
Abi, if I cook the food, you eat now. Abi.
Don't eat now. You're not hungry.
Anyways, but in the case where you are not able to meet in the middle, Dami, what do you advise that couples should really do in that case?
Well, like you said, if a partner cannot be there to assist, you can pay for the services. You can, what's that in?
Outsource it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can, there are a lot of things to be done. There's house help now, Abi. People pay for house help.
Hey, but what if, there are some women, they are stubborn. They don't want house help, but they still want the job to be done.
Hey, that's what we said now. Like, pay someone to do it and then move on.
The person will come.
Yes, if you don't want anybody to do. Problem to you and
well, as Dami said, problem. If the husband cannot work, it's the husband's problem. If the wife cannot work, it's the wife's problem. If both of you cannot work, it's your universal problem. The only people we can call to intervene in that kind of situation is the Holy Spirit to come and minister to both of you so that you can have an agreement on whether you want to leave the house dirty forever or both of you are going to, And another thing that I think will help couples when it comes to doing house chores is see it as an opportunity to bond.
Right.
Like on Saturday, I blast music. While Dami is washing, I am ailing her with music behind her. Hey, Yaroni! And I'm using one hand to mop. It's not like I'm just shouting around the house, but it's a bonding process.
Right.
While she's washing, you are rinsing and you are cracking jokes and you are gossiping. Couples gossip a lot, so you can use
your gist partner.
Yeah,
now.
you can use that opportunity. As she's sweeping, you are packing. Just do things together. It's a way to keep each other, satisfied to a certain level with developments in the house. So we hope that, to a large extent, we've been able to touch on some issues, although maybe not too deeply, but at least using humor and making it as relatable as possible to make us understand the importance of, having teamwork at home. Don't turn the whole house management, house affairs things into a gender-based thing. And I need to let you know that it is some of these practices that you develop before you bring children into the world, especially in your marriage, that somehow gets into your children. If the boy naturally is laid back at home, and or if the man naturally is laid back at home, by the time you start giving birth to children, you inadvertently start finding yourself making the boy child also start being that way. But if the child sees his father getting busy with things in the house, he starts seeing it as, okay, my dad does this, so I should be able to do it. So it's a way for you to also inspire the new generation you are trying to breed. Let your children find this habit. So the best time to build it, the first best time to build this good habit to yourself is while you are still single and getting ready to get married. The second best time to build it is when you are already married and you are preparing to bring new children into the world. So let this habit build within you. So your final words, Dami.
I just want to add to what you said. Like at home, our parents too, they have a hand in this issue. When it's time to wash the dishes or cook and they put it on the female, he's a man, he's not supposed to do it. You are the woman, go and cook for your brother.
But women know how to wash things more than men.
See, they didn't bring it from heaven. I didn't know how to cook it's true, I didn't know how to cook from heaven. I came into the world and my mother taught me.
I cook too.
Yes, you do.
I cook very well. Tell them. This is an opportunity to make me shine. Tell them. No, say it louder.
What I'm trying to say is that we should train our children equally. If you are going to tell a girl to sweep the floor, a boy too should sweep the floor. If you are going to tell a girl to go and cook rice, even when you start training a small boy to go and put 1 cup of rice on fire, in the future, he can cook for the whole nation.
You are going to tell a boy to put on the gen. The girl should be able to put on the gen.
Yes, teacher. My father taught me how to make a wedu. I didn't know how to do all those things. You understand? If he didn't know how to do those things, he won't be able to pass it on.
Yes,
so you understand?
yes.
So train both gender.
My children.
Teach them.
I will think about it.
Teach them.
Yeah.
From what's that thing that the Bible says, that train up your
The
child
way
in the way
to
of the
grow,
Lord,
so that when they grow up, they will not depart from it.
Exactly.
So please teach your children how to drag gen any time of the day.
Yeah.
How to repair sockets.
Yeah.
How to kill snake.
How to cook, how to sweep, how to wash, how to iron clothes, how to clean the table. So everybody must
do the ones you can and leave the ones you couldn't can. See you next week.